Hello everyone. So today I got the sketchbook out again. I'd done this werewolf. You may see me do quite a few werewolves. They are like my spirit animal. I absolutely love them. So yeah, this one is particularly growly. But yeah, I have found that I enjoy the freedom of sketching in the book, because I don't know, it's just so much easier. You just got a pencil, you just got a blank piece of paper, and you're not really thinking. You're watching a bit of TV and you're just sort of going at it. So I was watching Ginger Snaps on Prime, and just reliving my youth. And yeah, so I came up with this one and penciled it all in. Can't remember actually if I inked it. I think I did ink it, just like vaguely. Yes, I did. Yeah, couldn't tell from the video itself, but yeah, I used black biro to sort of do a sketch over the initial drawing, so I could sort of go into a little bit more detail and sort of pick out the things that I liked the most and make them look better. And yeah, so if you want to do what I've done, all I did was just take a picture on my iPhone, email it to myself, and then put it onto the computer. And that's been just how I've been doing a couple of pictures recently, just to sort of get back into it because I've been away for a while. Just sort of getting my head together and thinking about things. But yeah, so I've just been putting it on here. Then with the picture, I reduce the opacity. I put a layer underneath it, make that white, and then I put a layer above the original drawing, and then I sketch that. And so I sort of trace it. So by doing this sort of like thick line around the edge, around the outside, it gives me something to use with my magic wand. So later on, you'll see this in the video. I'll use a magic wand, it'll select everything outside of the black line, and obviously I want everything inside, so what I'll do is I'll inverse that and then fill it with grey, and then that'll become like my sort of base, so that I don't paint and draw outside of that. So I might use like a clipping mask on the layers above when I start doing all the flats. But yeah, it's I've made it a little bit more straightforward for myself, which is a good thing. I'm experimenting on the next video with just muting the microphone when I don't want to talk and when I do want to talk, and then that's just going to make it easier, because I'm sort of, obviously I'm thinking out loud here, but I'm just thinking, what do people actually want? Do they want to sort of sit and watch me draw, or do they want to hear my thoughts on the drawing, or do they want to sort of hear other things? So leave comments below on what you prefer, and maybe on what sort of pictures you actually want to see. Yeah, so that's the thing basically. I'm just sort of experimenting. But this is working for me. So yeah, doing the sketchbook. I was watching a few people, mainly on Proco, if you're familiar with that channel on YouTube, and I was just listening to some of the artists talking and how they were talking about their sketchbooks, and I highly recommend watching it for you, because it was reassuring. It's like, okay, these people, they make mistakes, they play around, but you can do it in your sketchbook. You can use it and make the mistakes and make the changes that you want before you do something more serious. So I thought I'd experiment with it, and I've found that I enjoy it. So yeah, if you've got a sketchbook, or if you haven't got a sketchbook, get a sketchbook and just start playing around with it. And take a picture, put it into Photoshop or whatever you got, and just see what you can do with it. See what you can do to bring it up and play around with how it looks. yeah, with regards with what's going on right now, I'm working in the flats, so I'm making loads of different layers. So as you can see, I'm doing teeth and claws. I've got mouth, fur, and this is to keep it all separate. So later on, when I want to put in more details, I'll just be able to go to that layer, that flats layer, and I'll be able to highlight it. I'll be able to hold down Control, right click on that layer, and it'll just grab that layer. And once it's done that, I can go back to the layer above and start colouring it in with something else. So what I've done here is I've created a new layer and I've filled it in with a darker red, changed it to multiply, done a layer mask, inverted the layer mask so it's black, then switching my brush colour to white, I can now reveal it over the image and use that as a kind of quick way of laying down shadows. I nearly said lazy, so it's sort of lazy as well, but I would say that this technique is the fastest way to sort of get your image to a certain place, and then you can choose to take it further or not. The one that I've done today, I did it sort of from start to finish, and it took about 2 hours, which is a long time, and I've got to edit that and bring it down so it's like an acceptable length. But this is a much better way, I think, of making art quicker, if that is what you're trying to do. If you're trying to make it quicker. But yeah, you can change the opacity of your brush and make it softer or whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's very quick. And I've done the same thing here with the highlights. So I've got a brighter colour. I've made that. I've made a layer mask for that and inverted it, and then now I'm painting it back in. And again, it's a quick way to get the highlights in. So as you can see, now it's becoming like a three-dimensional thing. And I'm grabbing the eyes and making a thing for that. But yeah, it's all just very, very good, very easy to play around with. And then at the very end, you wind up having a base. And you can either leave it there or you can carry on and make it even more technical and marvellous. So here I chose orange to be sort of like my highlight. I'll get a soft brush. I'll set it to colour dodge. Do the exact same thing and just sort of brush it in. It just adds a little bit of colour, a little bit, something a bit different, so it doesn't look quite as flat and muddy. That's what I was trying to say. And then I can turn the line work to overlay, and that makes it a little bit more transparent in places. But yeah, I had to put my signature back in. But yeah, if you like what you see, remember to like and subscribe, and if you've got any suggestions, anything you'd like to hear again and stuff, just let me know in the comments below. I do this for fun. I do some things professionally, like flyers, posters and business cards, but I also do this for fun and have been known to do the occasional commission and things. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you later. Bye.